Thank you. I'd like to welcome everybody to the February 12th Public Works meeting. And first on the agenda is the Highway Superintendent, Mr. Bremer.
Morning, everybody. I'd like to request a motion to amend resolution 257 of 2025 for the County Route 59 Bridge, New York, to include all phases of construction and to increase the not to exceed amount to 1.6 million.
So much. Sorry.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Is that gonna get done this year?
It's looking like it's going to. We're really hoping. We think we've got through all the big hurdles, so I think we're gonna be good.
Any more discussion?
What was the not to exceed amount? What?
Honestly, I don't remember. I should have had that with me. Usually I'll bring the old resolution, but I didn't.
It's not a huge change though.
No. And this is 95% reimbursable.
Yep.
So we only pay 5%.
Right. And also it's budgeted, so.
Yes.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote.
McCarty,
Aye.
Wilbur,
Aye.
Brockway,
Aye.
Hinchey,
Yes.
Powers.
Aye. Okay, hearing all ayes, that passed.
Next, we'd like to request a motion to award the bids for our aggregate materials and authorize the purchasing off of our bid OTGOV-002 of 26 for the duration of the bid to all of our normal vendors: Barrett Paving, Burrell's Excavating, Larner and Sons, Clark Companies, Coastal Stone, Heidelberg, Burrow Excavating, Kuchenberger Sand and Gravel, Parker, ER Pope, Seward Sand and Gravel, Tri-City Highway, and not to exceed the budgeted amounts in D 5110, 54500, 54570, D 5112-522100, and 5222500, 522550, and D 5113-522500, D 5112-545550, D 5112-522400.
Any discussion?
This is our normal yearly bid for aggregate materials that we
Everything.
use and a lot of the towns use too.
Everything gone up?
Of course. Some of them significant.
Which ones?
Crusher run and sand. Big jumps.
Okay, any more discussion? Being none, we'll do a roll call vote.
McCarty,
Aye.
Wilbur,
Aye.
Brockway,
Aye.
Hinchey,
Yes.
Powers.
Hearing no no's, all ayes, motion passed.
So our fuel system, so we have I think there's 7 outside entities that get fuel at our location. A lot of inside county departments, but 7 outside ones. The 7 outside ones, Public Works decided many years ago to charge them 10 cents a gallon more than what we pay. This was a discussion amongst other county highway superintendents and what they're getting. It's all over the place. There was a couple that were 10 cents. There's some of them that are 30 cents. I think one was 36 cents or something, all over the board. Our system is pushing 30 years old. The tanks are 30 years old-ish. We did an upgrade to the one part of the above the ground system there, probably 8-9 years ago. This a lot. This is going to be a big dollar item when we have to replace this. My thoughts are, I think 10 cents a gallon for what they get. We have to have an AV operator. We have to do the inspections. We have to have a company come in every year and do all of it. I think they're getting a bargain for it. I would like to see maybe we go 20 cents a gallon.
So let me ask a question. 10 cents over doesn't really tell me anything.
So
how does that compare to market?
right now, we are diesel price, ultra low sulfur diesel at a blend is $2.66 a gallon.
Mhm.
Gasoline is 190.
Oh, so two, wow.
Yes. Yeah, we are.
Yes,
Generally, we're about $1 again.
That's without the 10 cents added.
That's with the 10. Oh, no. Normally around.
so we're talking $1 less a
That's
gallon.
Yeah, we're.
That's a
down.
pretty-
You can charge a quarter extra and it'd still be a bargain.
Right.
Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it'd be more than bargain because they'd all have to put in fuel systems. If they didn't.
Exactly.
Well, I'd go
Or
to,
get a car. Yeah.
so then there's the other side of the coin. At some point in time, if we do have to put it in the fuel system, we're probably not gonna put it in there, right?
Correct.
We're gonna put it in down
the
there.
chances are they aren't gonna be in ground either.
Right.
Right.
They're gonna be above ground tanks.
Then it's.
And that's kind of why I was saying before, we ought to go to a Wex card, because that's one less tank we'd have to put in and one less environmental issue we'd have to be concerned.
I used Wex at SUNY Oneonta. It
There
was
you go.
really effective.
Yeah.
It was nice just to parse out to the departments too.
Yeah.
You just saw everyone had their number, every department had their number.
Yeah.
And also, I mean,
Okay,
we
I'm good with
impose this increase. And let's say it weeds out some people, that's okay. That's putting less stress on our system.
Absolutely.
So my only concern would be, should have had this conversation budget time.
Yeah.
Because if we impose 25 cents a gallon
Is
now, how will that affect?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
It's like
like,
the village is a big user and their budget is, I believe, May 1st.
all right,
But the other.
so now would be the time to do that for them, right?
And.
Or
and
at
we
least
could-
notify them.
As of May 1st. I'm sorry.
Right.
Right.
Or as of, whatever.
Does the school have their own system?
The school gets gas from us. They don't get diesel from. Trinity Services is one, Soil and Water.
Who's Trinity Services?
They do the food for the jail.
Got it.
Cooperstown Fire Department, Park Seminary Fire Department.
So. All right, so then question two would be, we're gonna get 25 cents, you know. How are we going to sideline this money? So that it can be put towards a new system?
Right now, it doesn't. It just comes back into the same line.
It gets spent.
We get it back. Well, it's budgeted.
I mean, can we do that? Capital?
Put it in.
I don't know if that's like a Steve/treasurer question and where the funds go and how to identify them separate and apart from
Got it.
the current.
Understood. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure there's a way we can do it.
Some type of capital.
So, yeah, we can definitely look into it and see how we should go about it.
So maybe we ought to study a little bit more how much of an increase? I mean, we're just throwing numbers out.
You said only 8 vendors and kind of plan to see like, hey, if we did this, what are your thoughts, you know? Cause I mean, it's possible it's so high, they actually start looking somewhere else, right?
Right, for sure, yeah. And we very well might lose the village if we move the system anyway, because it's right close for them, yeah. If we go to a Wicks Garden, we could go to Stewart's and get it, then that's fine, you know,
Yeah.
but it's, you know, when we change out gas, well, we have a different tank for change out gas, so it's good. I was just trying to think when the guys come in at night and they're filling up, you know, everything, but if they can do that at Stewart's, and that's.
How do you, I shouldn't, I probably shouldn't think this way, but how do you stop fraud with that card?
Wexford,
Yeah,
the supervisor of the employee, it's probably more fraud proof than we have. Because, if you, let's say you have a driver that has an assigned vehicle. And and you can compare them to somebody else. A similar situation. If they're getting like 100 gallons a week or something, and this guy over here is only getting 25 gallons a week, that's kind of a red flag. You may want to look at.
so that card isn't set for a vehicle, it's
Set for the.
For a person,
per person.
yes, that's what they did, which was huge, so it's not even a department.
Yeah,
Each
it's a person.
department has their number, their code, but then each employee has their own individual code. So
I
it
had a
really,
car- I
it
had a
dials it
car-
down to each person.
I had a card in my wallet. The card was useless without a PIN number. And you had to put in the mileage of the vehicle that you would ride. So you say, okay, how do you know what? I didn't have an assigned vehicle. Some people do. My wife has an assigned vehicle. I don't. So I would go to motor pool and get out a vehicle. So they would have a record of what vehicle I had and when I had it. Believe me, they knew what I had and when I had it.
I remember even when they gave me my number, I signed some sort of like an affidavit
Yeah.
that like promised that this
Yeah.
number will be shared with nobody, even
Yeah.
including family, friend.
Right.
You had to like sign that you were not sharing.
Absolutely.
The only issue I see is for us is 24 hours. If we can get gas
Oh,
this
it's 24
place,
hours.
if you can get it wherever you.
Sheriff's Department has it.
Well,
Absolutely.
most of these places that close down leave their pumps on 24 and then, yeah.
Just a side note, they're legally not supposed to do that. You're supposed to have visual on those pumps at all times. That's code law.
Well, I say you explore this. I mean, makes sense to me. And even if we just shrink the people who are using it when we have to rebuild, that's good for us too. We don't have to spec it out so big. And
Well, there's pluses and minuses to that. The more you buy, the better price you get. So it does help with the price.
And that,
But-
we'd have to look at the Wix card too, of what the price is.
Right.
You know, see where we're at, you know, are we getting a good enough price to where it's
Well-
not beneficial?
The state basically did away with all their gasoline tanks.
There's a big cost there. Again, you're gonna be a couple $1,000,000 a tank.
And you have a big tank, there's really a big cost
Oh,
there. And you have to have insurance on that tank, right? Found that out? And, we had a tank we didn't realize and it didn't have insurance on it. DEC came along and said,
So what's your pleasure with this? What do you want to do?
I think it needs to be explored before we throw a number out. And do we want to move towards getting rid of gasoline and going to Wex, for example? And by the way, you can use diesel on Wex too.
That one could be tough.
Right, so you don't, right, so,
I wouldn't want to try to get one of them big plow trucks into Stewart's.
and you don't, exactly, right? So, and you don't want to get rid of diesel because of emergencies. You know, if you have a widespread flood, whatever emergency, you want to be able to have some kind of fuel.
No, that's, could be same with gas, because all of our small
Right.
trucks are off.
Well, what are gas?
All of our small trucks, all of our, everything. is
All right.
we don't have.
So, you know, maybe you have, does, the high octane with no ethanol in it, that gas will last a long time, right?
We've got a small tank of that we keep for our small engines.
Yeah, so you have an emergency tank.
So how big is the tank for unleaded in the ground?
10,000
10,000 gallons?
diesel and
And how long's it been in the ground?
pushing 30 years.
All right, that's not.
So do you need a 10,000 gallon tank?
Yeah, we get a delivery once a month. We go through about 10,000 gallons of diesel and gas once.
I have a place to put one now. Change.
Talked about this. We could do it with pipe, good, and we gotta do the pipe in.
well, 10,000 gallons a month. So outside sources use almost a third of that.
Yeah.
And we don't make a ton of revenue on it.
No.
So,
And have all liability.
mhm.
They're using it.
But I mean, if, you know,
10,000.
in comparison, we have, for example, the code office does codes for most of the county, right? So you have liability there, and it doesn't cost the towns anything, which, you know.
You know, it's nice that we can help out, like the fire department, all those people that, you know, like put fire truck into sewers. It's
Yeah, that's not a good experience.
$3,600 a year.
Yeah.
Is that what you figure we're taking in?
Yeah, if you figure 3,000, a third of it, 3,000 gallons times 10 cents is, and then 300, and then you multiply this by 12, it's $3,600.
Anywhere.
So even 25 cents.
It's like 10 grand.
That's not gonna, that's gonna
It's
be,
not buying us new tanks.
that's gonna be a hose on the pump.
Well, we spent almost $7,000 last year in different repairs and testing for the whole field
So,
system.
yeah, so there you go.
Well, we had an inspector look at the tanks and give us like an estimate. Age or with a replacement timeframe.
The DEC wants this to be done at 30 years. They want to replace it in 30 years.
So nowish.
And we're at 30 years.
We're close. One of them is they're right at or just over, and one of them is just under. Okay, I'll look.
Well, it's
at
pretty
it.
good justification to go tell vendors, hey, we have to increase the cost, we're about to have to.
Yeah,
So it's not like it's contrived, you know.
Yeah.
it's not a money grab. I'm just trying
Nope.
to hit the mark. We've got a posture.
Well-
Okay, I'll dig into that. I'll bring it back next month, see what you can come up with.
Thank you. And then there's another side to that. There's a fairness issue. I mean, there are towns out there that are way too far away to take advantage of that.
County 20 project, we're waiting on the guy's attorney to get back to our county attorney. The roadway departure safeties, something or other grant, that we got for County Route 11. We're getting more details on this, and the local share is gonna be just under $40,000. And the consultant believes that it's gonna be done this year. We're gonna be able to get it done this year. There wasn't any money budgeted for this, so there's about 40 grand of local money that wasn't budgeted. Good heads up when this comes around, as we get going through this.
What's happening on Cuddy?
So we put in for this grant just out of the blue. It's roadway departure. They're trying to stop soften slopes or guide rail or anything when somebody goes off the road to be able to make them recover, or so that they don't. And so we put in for this, and it's a bunch of guide rail work. They're going to replace the existing guide rail that we have with new up to standard stuff.
Also, they do the work.
We're going to contract it all out. I believe it's up to $700,000 that we got for this grant.
Yeah.
Jimmy Miles, he did a lot of work on this, and I really didn't think it was gonna.
So they're gonna do W panel or box beam? We're gonna
Box beam, box beam, and it'll be good. It'll be really nice. And the areas that are the rail our rail gets low over the years, and it's gonna be brought up. It's gonna be good. So for 40 grand, we're gonna get $700,000 less. Yeah.
Works for me.
Yeah. And then just our credit card purchases. So we had NYSEG for $262.52, $231.31, $40.23, $203.50, $22.89, $176.57, $1,300.47. Otsego Electric for $242.49. That's all I got.
I bet a lot of people would like to pay some of that electric.
You wait till you see next month. It's got the block heaters. We got so many of our buildings, they got 5, 6 trucks sitting outside plugged in. You know, like these small ones that are just for outposts.
Okay, anything else?
That's all I got.
I would really like you to stick around a minute.
Okay.
Tim?
Yeah.
You're up.
I'm up.
I got you both here. I'd like to have a discussion about this monument, Civil War monument out front. First of all, did we decide to take those trees down?
We discussed this, but I wasn't here.
I think if you gotta do it, you gotta do it.
The two,
if they're continuing to do,
the two Spruce Street.
right, they're continuing to do damage.
out front. Is
I
that-
haven't talked to Rich about it.
Well, that's why I got you both together.
No wires or anything.
I don't, you have to
Yeah.
look at it.
Yeah,
There's a guy wire,
there's a guy wire that.
guy wire.
That's
Power
actually-
company or utility?
Utility.
We can do that. I do.
Yeah.
It looked like you could, you're right, she,
Over the Civil War monument, if you're looking at the Civil War monument, it's something up. So, yeah, if I do that, I like to do them by the ground froze up.
Yeah,
Yeah, so if you could, I mean,
I'll get with Otsego, whoever it is, and figure it out.
What exactly is this monument?
between the courthouse and the old jail out front.
Yes,
Right here.
yeah,
Not right here, but
can't miss it. It's a big
you
circle.
know where you walk in the front door of the courthouse? It's to the left of that.
from the sidewalk.
Okay.
This is the one that the woman came in.
Yes.
That's this one.
Yes,
She's all over.
Yes.
yes.
Two?
That,
Yes,
yeah, it's two.
the third one, Rich, is, the guide wire is attached to. So it's like 1, 2, 3. So that one's gotta stay, that's the one.
Okay, the other question is, for our attorney, who actually owns the monument? If it's on our property or does the county own it or?
I don't know. I know that, I don't have any independent information about that. But wasn't there historically like a resolution in the past that the county owned but it was like cleaned up by the veterans or there was something?
Somebody volunteered to clean up, we just gave permission to do
Yeah.
it back when,
Yeah, so I don't know who actually owns it, but I presume that the county
okay.
owns it. It's not-
Is there a problem if we get somebody to work on it, as long as it's not spending county money on it? As long as we give them permission to be on the property, I mean, they don't have to have all the insurance bull crap and all the prevailing wage stuff.
Well, I did look into that because I know we discussed it at the last board meeting. And I'll continue to look into it, but there may be a requirement that there's prevailing wage if
But that's if we spend
even
county
if you-
money, if it's all,
even if you don't spend county money.
Is,
There-
county, right.
Yeah, so I'll continue to look into it, but I don't have a definitive answer for you.
I really doubt if we're gonna get somebody to work on it. Anyway, back, if you would keep, the other
Yes.
thing I did is, Community Foundation of Otsego County, I called Jeff Katz and, got this flyer, and in the back of it, there's a thing here where they have grants to clean up stones. I did call Jeff last week, and, they're having a committee meeting, and, we might be able to get some money.
I wonder if we could get money from New York State, Historic Preservation.
Well, that, I don't know. The other thing is suggestion is maybe, the DAR. I don't know. The Helen Reese, I don't know anybody,
But that's the wrong war. I don't know
Well-
if they would cover that.
I don't know, but anyway, it's just something that it's in the works and we'll see where it goes. The other question I have for you, can you do any of that work? I contacted a guy in Cherry Valley that works for a monument place.
Right.
And he goes out and cleans stones. He was gonna give me a price, but I haven't heard back from him yet.
Right, I guess if we knew proper procedure.
Yeah, you don't.
Well, I'm not saying I don't want
So,
you to clean it, but do you think you think we gotta have a handicap ramp? Are people supposed to be up on it?
That's what it's designed for. I mean, the three of us came up with a rough estimate of $30,000 to $40,000. Right? So a lot of that included repointing, because it needs repointing.
the whole thing.
The flagstone out front is uneven and, it's not in concrete.
Yeah,
So in my humble opinion, that part of it, you really should take up the flagstone, put down the concrete base, then put the flagstone back down and point it. And then the last issue would be, it is not ADA compliant. So somebody in a wheelchair, for example, or somebody in a walker could not access that level to, that everybody else.
But I guess my question is, does it have to be?
I can research that, but I'm gonna take a wild guess and say if you're gonna work on it, probably the answer is yes.
Well, would that take some of the historical preservation out of it by doing that?
So we would probably wanna talk with, historic preservation.
Okay.
And that's why I'm thinking you might be able to get some grant.
So can you do that?
Yes.
If I could just, if maybe, Tim, if you could get some quotes. Because I know that you three have suggested 30 to 40,000, but.
Right.
But if you could get some quotes from folks who do
Yeah.
that work,
Right,
just so that you do have a better idea
that
of
would
what
be
the
much
extra,
better,
yeah.
right.
Point.
Yeah.
clean up and
Yeah.
place.
Because, and maybe some of the work, maybe some of it has to be done by folks who are specialized in that, but maybe your folks can do some of that work
That's what I'm
too,
thinking.
depending on what's needed. So,
The
right,
procedure.
right, depending on what it is.
My guess is you don't wanna go up there with a pressure washer on limestone.
Right, right.
Probably not a good idea.
Right.
And if you go over 35,000, it needs to be public bid.
But is that true if we don't spend county money?
I can check with purchasing on that.
If this, say all of a sudden, the Community Foundation of Otsego County, he says, okay, we'll take this over. It's
Yes.
the money, whoever the money goes to them, comes from them. And all we're doing is
Right.
printing a little labor and let you give me permission to be on the property.
I'll
Yeah.
confirm with purchasing, but like even when we get grants that are not county, it's not county money, we still have to go through procurement. So I believe that the cost is higher. But if we start by getting a couple of quotes, maybe it's 16,000. We still have to abide by purchasing by getting the quotes that we need, but we don't have to put it out for bid.
So when I threw figures out, I was anticipating for that.
Yeah, but
And I think Denise is right on that on public property. Sure, but
well, I remember there was talk, it was, what, 4 flagpoles?
Yes, that was the best club wanted to, is it,
Well, they wanted like,
for all the services.
Right.
In the back.
right, well, I Googled that. And there's a whole bunch of them and I didn't know the height and all this, but those flagpoles are about,
20 feet, 25 feet for those.
so maybe you could check that. They were anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 a piece.
Town of Hardwick Bets Club just did that exact project. I think that's where they got the.
So is that what you think that was the price? Could you check on that and see, how much? And I guess the question is, are they something that maybe you department could put up? Do you have postal there? Driver?
I do, but we got
Anyway.
a driver, we got a founder.
I just, I wanna get this rolling because, it's 2050s here and I don't know what that 2000 commission is, if there's any money there.
No.
So. That's. Keep me posted. I'll try to. I
I'll
don't,
see what I can find from.
the fellow I had gonna give me a price on the stone, he doesn't wanna get involved with all the political, I mean, not political, but regulations. He clean it, but. And then Tammy came up with a gentleman over in Worcester. Based headstone cleaner. He's active duty in the Air Force, so he may be willing to lend his experience in some way, but I don't know if he's deployed. I think he's deployed now, so. Anyway. If we start with a tree, look at him, see what you think.
We didn't know what they were.
Okay,
I'll show you.
very good.
Snow pile there.
Hey, Rich, real quick, your second request, can you just email it to me? I didn't have that.
Yes.
Thank you. Stay safe. All right, sir.
Okay, I just have one item today, seeking approval of bid reference number. Gov dash 00111 4-0 with Craft Power Corporation for generator maintenance and emergency repairs of the generators at the COP, Meadows, Tiny Homes, and safety bills. Funding for this contract is included in the following budget lines: A1625, 549,000, COP contracts, A1630, 549,000 Meadows contracts, and A1627, 549,000 Tiny Homes contracts, and A1629, 549,000 PSP contracts. Am I missing something? This is, their amount of this? Or no? No, dollar amounted or no? No, we've already budgeted for,
So not to exceed budget amount.
yeah, it's not 50, but
I'll amend my motion not to exceed budget amount.
And do you have a time period for this, if you don't mind? Like, is it
this calendar.
the January 1st, 2026 through
Yeah.
December 31st, 2026?
Yes. And by the way, this is the same, did, 911 got it last month for their services, their towers.
Okay,
And it's a bid for the Onondaga County generator here, piggyback often. Eventually, we could do our own bid.
So
So
this-
this probably should together with that one.
So this is who we had last year?
Hmm?
This is who we had before, or is this somebody?
No, we had Curtis Power, which was formerly Independent Field.
So if we approve this next month, we've lost 2 months on this contract?
No, it's not.
If it goes from January to December, right?
No, the
Yeah.
contract, they're just gonna come do, PM service, the oil changes. Like,
It's as needed,
like
so
they normally do, and that's, once
Yeah,
a
this is
year.
normal.
And then,
annual
and
maintenance.
then repairs, which we have some scheduled repairs, focus on that.
so I think what Representative McCarty was saying is, like, we haven't used it, are we paying for the 2 months that we haven't? that we're
No,
not using?
we wouldn't, it wouldn't,
We get charged for these
no,
January,
no,
February?
it's not, no,
And this is a not to exceed, right?
budget isn't.
Right, so I'll amend my motion to amount not to exceed the budgeted 2026.
And then if an extraordinary fair comes up, I would want you for that. That funding.
Okay, any more discussion? Anybody? And you don't hear any more, we'll do a roll call vote.
McCarty,
Aye.
Wilbur, Brockway,
Aye.
Hinchey,
Yes.
Powers.
Aye. Okay, that passed.
I just got one credit card usage for $52 to the city of Oleana water lab.
Anything else? Want to give an update on drain plug and handlers at the public safety building?
Right, we did get the drain ourselves.
That's all working now, and
Oh, yep, it was working the next day, but it took a couple days. They had to move them out of it.
what about these planned or
The rooftop units, gonna start Tuesday the 7th.
sounds like it might be a halfway decent week.
Yeah,
Warming up.
What was the story on the sewage backup at the public safety building?
as you may know,
The pump and the controller have something to do with?
no,
Okay.
it was inside, just the normal
Okay,
stuff. It's flushed down.
Somebody plugged it up, probably. huh?
And,
Didn't make
so,
that wider?
and the sewer, it is an open sewer under the hallway there. Animal cover. It flows like,
Yeah.
Ancient Rome.
Okay.
It's like that.
so the grinder, it didn't get to the, Didn't get to the grinder yet?
Yeah, no, it was in the beginning, way back in, the beginning of.
So somebody put something down, there,
Yeah,
which inmates did. Okay,
Yeah, but how do they get it? What do they put?
shirt,
Well,
pants.
so what was,
yeah.
what was the other thing last month? Something about we had to put new unit in septic something?
Yeah, it was.
The pump.
The lift station.
Is that been taken care of? Or that,
No.
they had to order it?
That's ordered, it's back going
So
through,
you manually turn the pump on and on?
yeah, every day.
You have to turn that on every time you use it, or just turn it on and leave it? For a
No,
day?
you can't let me turn it on and watch it go down, and then otherwise it'll just suck it dry and won't shut off. To watch it.
Everything's pretty good down there at the moment.
That's all.
Yes, I checked.
Well, I'm trying to separate and watch things that are red flags for that building as opposed to normal activity. Like, we lost 2 units off the roof of that.
And there's 5 more that were born the same day
Not a good situation.
now.
Well, it's nothing we're gonna be able to change tomorrow, that's for sure.
We've got glasses installing the windows of Meadows. right
Okay.
now.
You're doing it now?
Yes, I'm not
Good,
sure
kinda.
about,
Yeah, let's stay in the coldest. Spring.
So are you doing that?
that was for bid. The glasses. And was on.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that, so.
Just the way it ran. Well, they're not doing it sub-zero, they waited till
Oh, that's good, that's comforting.
20.
You don't have any bugs in when it's -30, let's do the windows.
Well, if you can get people to work in that kind of temperature, I guess that's not a bad thing. Most people wouldn't be out there. Anything else? Anybody?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else for this committee? Anybody? Oh, did you find out about what you asked about the GoFundMe page?
I didn't find out, but I don't think that that's,
I didn't.
the county.
I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, no, it was a good effort, but I don't think that's, the county doing that.
A vet group could do that though, and then
Yeah.
donate
that's what I'm
money to
thinking.
the money.
That's what I
Right.
think.
Yeah.
That
I
was,
wasn't thinking it was the county did it. I guess I probably should have been more clear. I was thinking maybe can we utilize money from a GoFundMe if somebody else does.
The county should not be soliciting.
Got it.
I just wish I personally had a liaison between the vets and whatever this is, if somebody would go talk, I'm not a veteran, so I don't really, I walk in the vets club and they say, well, what are you doing here?
I'm a vet, man. I just thought I get that. So I'm not the right category. But
Andrew is supposed to, he's on this board for the foundation, and Jeff said that Andrew will keep us posted on whatever they come up with, if they come up with something. Okay,
most okay.
I hear a second. Second. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gibbs.